All right, this next story contains everything I hate about modern life. Call-out culture, company cowardice, and people eating on subways. So writer Natasha Tynes, I call her Fink, tweeted a photo of a D.C. subway employee eating on a train and then reported her to her Metro bosses saying, quote, "I thought we were not allowed to eat on the train. This is unacceptable." What a narc. Transit officials thanked her, but of course social media backlash ensued. And I get it. Even though eating on a train is banned, no one likes a tattletale. But then the writer's publisher, a book company, halted printing of the lady's book, citing her thinking on a black worker. Now, did you see the new variable? Yep, if things weren't already a barrel of nonsense, the outrage-addicted media had to add race to this mix. So California Cold Blood Books, who stopped the printing, say they hope Natasha learns that black women feel the effects of systematic racism the most. So there it is, everything that makes the present day a drag, all wrapped up into one story. Annoying busybodies who use Twitter to exercise power, government employees breaking rules we gotta follow, and of course, knee-jerk, instantaneous calls of racism. The only thing that could make this story more annoying and more depressing and more stupid is if somehow the producers here worked Maroon 5 into it.
She will be loved. She will be loved.
Ah, well done. Well done. All right, Dana, I don't think the story needed a racial component, but why not throw it in, right?
I don't. So it's like, if I was trying to think, I ride the subway a lot.
You do?
You see a lot of things on the subway, but I'm not the boss of those people.
Right, exactly.
It's not my place to say you're not supposed to bring your bike on the subway.
I hate narcs.
Because maybe that guy's really got to get to his next job, or like, what if you have the dog on the subway thing?
And what if you're eating on the subway because you're working two shifts?
Starving. I've eaten a bagel on the subway.
Yeah, well, that's gross. But no, you know, she might have two jobs. Her kid might be sick. You don't know what's going on in her life, Jesse. I argue, though, that the writer wasn't racist because she didn't notice the worker's race, or else she wouldn't have done it because she knew that she would have gotten in trouble.
Here's why I like this story. You can see what hand beats another hand in identity politics poker.
That's funny.
So you have right here a black female Republican Union employee.
Okay.
Her hand beats a female Muslim immigrant author.
Oh, she was Muslim?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I researched it.
Thank you.
So, yes, she's
Thank
a
you,
Jordanian
Jesse.
immigrant. So, but that's not what this is about. This is snitches get stitches. This is what that's about. And I have rules for snitching. There's only 3 times it's acceptable. 1, snitching on a sibling.
Yes.
2, snitching on the deep state. That's called whistleblowing. And 3, if you're paid to snitch, like if you're videotaping a truck idling in Manhattan and you have the fine. But here's the real story here.
Terrible.
This woman was not shucking corn. She had a contained package in a sandwich. It was neat and tidy. There's no reason to do anything about it. The bigger story is the publishing company.
Yeah.
They could have capitalized on this thing. This woman has created an amazing controversy with race and class and social media, and they fire her instead of, I don't know, giving her a 3-book deal. They could have her on NPR, The View. They could arrange a sit-down with the author and the victim.
You are so backward. That makes no sense.
Just to take identity politics a step further, do you know who would have gotten a 3-book deal if they had done that?
Who?
An older white male.
Ooh, that's
Kidding.
right.
It's okay. No, I think that was right.
All right. Of course you would want, because evil white males.
Yeah, that's
too many villains in this story, I think.
I'm telling you. But, I tell you what, I don't like people eating on the subway. I think it's wrong. I think it's against the rules.
Yeah.
When I saw Dana eating that bagel, I sent a picture to our bosses, and does the black
You got a corner office out of it.
Nothing. No, but here's the thing. Here's the over-response. We know from The Five, this program, that, in fact, the people who are on Twitter is a very small group. It's not representative of most Americans.
Yes.
It's not the reaction most people are having.
Yep.
These are people who I think are bored and looking for something to get upset about, and they did in this case. I think the woman was out of control in terms of, trying to get the woman fired and get her in trouble. Okay. But do I like eating on subways? No. And do I like employees breaking rules at the job? No. But to me, the reality here is Twitter out of control. And we just deal with this now as part of our lives. Unfortunately, everybody's tweeting on social media.
But the thing is, Lisa, this is another case where Twitter costs somebody a job, and Twitter is free. You're not getting paid to do Twitter, but you can lose your money.
Right.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's not just Twitter out of control. It's also these companies allowing themselves to be held hostage by Twitter and people on Twitter, right? Like, the idea that somehow racism had anything to do with this is utterly insane. The writer, as Jesse pointed out, calls herself a minority writer. And I also think right now, with throwing around charges of racism so cavalierly, you actually devalue the term and the accusation, right? So, like, if everyone's a racist, if you call someone a racist, that loses its potency. So I think all of this is just dumb. But I will say, I used to live in D.C. and rode the, D.C. Metro, and you don't want people eating on it because then that's how you get rats, and it gets gross, and then it's just stinky.
You know what I think?
Like the New York subway.
I think we're short, though, on empathy. She had no empathy for that woman as a worker.
Oh, of course.
Also, she didn't give it much thought.
Yeah.
The thing is, you're like taking a picture, you're bored, you're like tweeting a thing, and like this.
I have to say, I hate the writers. She's like, nobody wants to eat on the subway unless they have to.
Right.
So obviously she had to eat because she had to get somewhere. And this lady, I think the lady approached her and said, like, you can't do that. And she said, mind your own business, which is the.
I love it.
Good.
Maybe she needs to write more and spend time doing other things.
Yes. Well, I think she will have free time to write more. Self-publishing, it's the next big thing. What's her name again? Natasha.